We share. Oh, take a ride with me.
My name is Madu, Queen Noma. I'm an Igbo girl from Abia State and a student of Babcock University Nursing Department. I transferred from Agric to nursing. It has always been my dream to be part of the health sciences department, and by the grace of God, I felt like I was fulfilling my dream in 2020 when I had the opportunity to move. And at a point in time, it felt kind of difficult because I was looking at how to, what's that English? I was looking at how to cooperate with the classes, the load of courses, and it just felt like it was too much for me, but I didn't want to accept that. I decided to take the challenge, though it was difficult. And around July last year, I was experiencing headache. I know as a student, you can't take away headache from a student. It's normal because of the stress we go through each day and there's little time to rest, even though we still have to rest. And as a nursing student, I knew I was really making my health difficult for myself, but I just had to because I felt in a short while I'll be fine. But then the headache kept on. If I take paracetamol, it would stop and then come back again. And at a point, it was not even coming down at all. And in 24 hours, I can have a headache for like 10 hours. You can imagine how painful that would be. But I just had to cope with life that way. Been going to the hospital, taking medications, doing tests. And I am not the type that takes medication. And funny enough, I don't fall ill. If everybody is taking malaria treatment in my house, I can just treat malaria once a year and I'll be fine. So, and it's not as if there is something I do special because I'm not a foodie and I don't really sleep like that. I love reading. But then it was so bad that sometimes I cannot read, sometimes I can't sleep. Like, I was just living with the pain. Instead of it coming down, it was going up. It was not easy for me to concentrate on my schoolwork, but I still kept on reading. I still try to read each day, at least the courses we've done today. Let me just go through them so that I don't get to pile them up. And in December, we were home, reading to write exams in January. And throughout that break, I wasn't really doing anything at home, but I couldn't read. Whenever I tried to open my book to read, water starts coming out from my eyes. I was scared of telling my parents because they've heard of this headache so much. I've gone to the hospital. I keep on doing test upon test and taking medications, and it just seemed like a burden to me to be taking medications when I'm not. I don't love drugs. I like vitamin C though. And exam came. I couldn't read though. I didn't tell anybody, and I couldn't tell my parents that this fees you are paying, I'm not reading to go and write this exam. I just felt if worse comes to worse, I'll just have a carryover, and by summer I would clear it off. I felt I'll be better before summer comes. Let me just go, and I was believing God will help me. But I've not read anything. I don't know what just kept me going because it was really, really depressing for me. The fact that I'm going to write exam and have not read. What am I even going there to do? Like, what am I going there to do? I know I submitted so many blank answer sheets, but it didn't give me any reason to carry a paper or a textbook and go to the class. Then everybody was expecting results. January, we were waiting. Okay, February, March, we were done with exam in January. We went for CWES, and February, March, we know we'll be expecting results. Me, I didn't want to put my mind there. I just wanted to enjoy the moments while they lasted. So in January, we started CWES, and CWES means Students Industrial Work Experience Scheme. It's what some people call IT for short. And that's a program to be done for 6 months, and then we come back to school. So in January, after exams, I've been looking forward to having clinical experience, though I've done voluntary clinicals the year before. and I enjoyed it. So I just wanted to experience this long one and feel like a nurse. And after the first week, I started losing appetite. I know I don't eat though, but not like I will not get hungry. But I just discovered I'm not getting hungry to the point where I forgot to eat one afternoon. When I got home that day, I was so tired. I didn't take dinner. I woke up in the morning. I went to the hospital that way. I didn't have breakfast. It was just when one of my colleagues was like, Queen, let's go and have lunch. I was like, lunch? I remember the last time I ate was yesterday afternoon. She was like, Queen, what is wrong with you? I didn't really read meaning, so I just thought I've been losing appetite lately, maybe because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. But then I could count that each time I get home after clinical experience, I'm always having fever and body pains. What's those symptoms that everybody will say, oh, it's malaria. But I treated malaria not so long. Why is this coming up again? I just felt like, okay, let's just say it's night sickness. Is there anything like that? And when I wake up in the morning, I still wake up with that feeling. I just kept on until the appetite loss came on board. And I know there are 2 days I had to stay off work because it was so serious that I couldn't even tell my parents or anybody that this is what I'm experiencing, because they've been hearing headaches since last year, July. They've been hearing headache. What exactly is this headache? I was scared. At least result has not brought in anything that I'm not used to. Sometimes it's that I have malaria, sometimes I have typhoid, sometimes I know I have ulcer, and maybe some medications have aggravated the ulcer. So I just felt there is something about this headache, and because I'm in the health sciences now, I was thinking about a whole lot of things. At a point I was like, is it cancer? I started reading and comparing the symptoms I have to that of cancer. At another point I was like, is it tumor? What exactly? I just want to know. Let me just know what's wrong with me. At least I would know where to focus my mind on, because the more I keep on saying headache, nobody is understanding. My dad would be like, take paracetamol. So at points I had to take hard analgesics that I've not taken before, and I never thought I would ever take it in this life. It was as if I'm depending on those medications, and I was also taking sedatives. And as a student, I can't cope with that because I have to read. I have to go to class. What if I sleep off the whole day and I don't go to class? What would be the excuse? So my mom took me to the hospital, and the doctor said, after explaining everything to him, the doctor said, I think you are stubborn. You're academically stubborn. I laughed and I wanted to know what that means. And he said, because when you feel like this, just drop your notes, sleep. And like, sleep for how long? He was like, sleep throughout the night. We can go to class the next day and then sleep when you come back. I'm like, sir, you're a doctor, right? How did you do it when you were in medical school? I should just be sleeping. It's like, you don't understand what is after me. So when I'm sleeping, when exam time comes, what will I say? That I was sleeping because I had headache. And looking at how much my parents are spending, well, there's nobody that is going to understand at that point in time. So the guy was like, he's scared. He's actually scared for me. It seems like I don't know what this might lead to. Well, I didn't want to be negative. I didn't want to think negative. I just felt like I would get better since it's just headache. And unknown to me that a lot of things were happening already in my body system that tests couldn't bring out. And at some points, I wouldn't be able to open my eyes. And if I eventually do, tears will flow out. So in March, the so-called results came out. And when the result came out, I just thanked God, because I wasn't expecting I would even do this good. Let me just say it was good, but does not mean I didn't have carryovers. I know I was expecting, but it was at that point I was just like, I think I should take care of my health now, because I know what it took me to even get these results. And now, how will I continue this way? I had to stop CWES program in March, and my parents took it serious. I would say before then, not like they were not really giving me attention, but they didn't know how serious it was, because I was still going on with my daily activities. So we went to the hospital, did tests, did scan too, and most of the discussions was with my dad, because I guess the doctors already knew my mind has gone far, so they didn't want to scare me. But with the little they could tell me, he said, "You have brain injury." And I was like, "Brain injury? What is brain injury? What causes brain injury?" I was like, my blood is full of fat. And I'm like, in my house, I know I don't like fresh fish. I don't like fresh fish at all. Sometimes I don't even like fish. Let me just put it that way. I can manage the dry ones. But I don't know my parents to be meat people. Rather than eating meat, we can just go for pomo. And it's not every time, because my family loves vegetables that way. Sometimes I can be selective. And I was now wondering, the doctor said, well, he can't say, but the fat in the blood is too much and it has caused some blockage, and so blood is not flowing around my body, most especially the brain. The oxygen level in the brain is low, and then blood has clotted in the brain. I was not like, okay, what is the diagnosis of? Let me just know, do I have tumor? Do I have tumor? Do I have cancer? Just tell me. But I was like, no, it's not going to get to that. But I just told him, sir, I'm a nursing student. In case if you're scared, don't worry. I've made my mind up, because I've been looking forward to knowing what exactly this is. He said, let's not get too far, but thank God we already know that he's just going to tell me what I should stay away from. And then he first mentioned, how do I feel when I pick calls or with use of phone? And I remembered sometimes last year in October, it was so difficult for me to receive calls, because when I pick a call and place it on my ear, I'm not going to count up to 10 seconds and I start feeling dizzy, or it seems like this part is aching me. And sometimes half part of my body down to my leg aches me. But some calls are so important that you don't even know how to end it. So I just felt, could it be that I'm the one lazy? I don't want to pick this call. And it even got so bad, even on WhatsApp. So I had to reduce the way I use phone. And at some point I felt it was my glasses. I went to the hospital to change my glasses. To cut that part out, I was just having a throwback when the doctor said, how do I feel when I make use of phones? So after explaining everything to him, he said, I have to stop using phone for now. Like, sir? I was like, not just that. You have to stop watching TV. I was like, hey. You have to, don't go into the sun. Don't listen to music. In fact, don't even go out for now. I was like, sir, okay, so what will I be doing? You really can't do anything for now. You don't need to stress yourself. I'm like, sir, excuse me, how do you want me to survive? Like, how do you want me to stay alive? And then he said, just be taking your medications. I just want you to be fine. The way I laughed like, no, this is not reality. Am I dreaming? And he said, and again, you have to reduce the way you laugh. In fact, don't laugh, don't smile, don't talk too much. I was like, okay, house chores, what can I do to keep myself? He said, nothing. Do not do anything. Because he said, because I do not know how much or how bad this has gone. And he just wants to be careful that I don't fall at any point in time. Because if I fall, that might lead to stroke, internal bleeding, a lot of things he was mentioning. And I told him, I know there was a time I went to the market and I closed my eyes. And when I opened it, it just felt like I was in an environment I've not been to before. And nobody was around me. I think since then I've not visited the market because it has never happened to me before. So it was like, oh, that's slight amnesia. Well, everything he was saying was scaring, but I just discovered that everybody was falling sick after that period. And it was then it occurred to me that what exactly was my health issue was larger, or will I say was really serious than what I had, because my dad fell ill, my mom fell ill, my sister fell ill, everybody was just down. Now that me that is sick, that they're supposed to be taken care of, everybody is falling ill. Okay, we'll take care of ourselves together. But I broke down, will I say, I would say it affected me psychologically, because I'm more of a workaholic. I'm restless. Let me just put it that way. I just can't stay in a place. Not like I'm always walking up and down, no, but I'm more like an active person. I love doing things. I love learning new things. I just love my hands being on something. I don't like staying at a place I do, except if I'm sleeping. If I'm not sleeping, I always find something to do. So now, this made me to just be at a spot. I was sleeping unnecessarily at some points. I could not sleep. And I just discovered that I didn't picture myself to be here. I should be in the hospital taking care of sick people. And now me, I'm sick. Because I've always longed to be nursing. You know, I started having a lot of regrets that should I have just stayed in Agric? I should have just stayed in Agric if this was going to happen, because I know I actually wanted medicine at the beginning, and that made me stay at home for 5 years after secondary school. It got to a point that my sister was done 2 years already and I'm still at home. So my dad was like, if you don't go now, your sister will go before you. So I just had to come. And now I've gotten something close to what I wanted, which I am very comfortable where I am now. And this is happening. So I felt like, is it that God didn't want me to be in this field of study? I just kept on thinking about the whole thing, because I can't just see myself sitting down. I'm not doing it. I don't know. I was asking the doctor, how long will I be like this? I was like, depends on how quick I get better. I'm like, can I go back to school during summer? Let me just, I can't, please. Somebody should explain something to me, because in my wildest dream, I never thought, I know I've always longed for, I just want to have one big holiday. I want to relax. I want to, let me just sleep, because somehow I love sleeping. But it was that deep. The depression part was something that my family didn't even understand. They didn't know I was depressed at some point, because I can't imagine when everybody's leaving the house, I'm the only one at home. I can't take medications the whole day. Take this one in the morning, and then after 30 minutes you take this one. By the time I'm ready to take the other one. The whole day. So sometimes I don't even sleep, and I was like, God, this was not what I wanted. I should actually be in the hospital taking care of the sick people. So me that is sick now, that wants to take care of the sick people, how will I do it? God should just heal me. Let me just be fine again and go back to what I usually used to do, because I've never been a sick person. Everybody can fall sick in the house and Queen will still be intact. Everybody has the same genotype. Everyone in my house has the same genotype. So I don't know what was different from all of us, but by June, I was getting better, and I decided to start coming outside, because the doctor said, now you can start coming outside. And the first day I came outside, I was so happy. The environment felt new. I felt like this is like, I've not traveled outside Nigeria before, and I felt like, wow, I'm in a new country. Everything seemed new to me. And by the time I got home, the headache came back again. Look at me thinking that very soon I'll be going back to school. I even had to call the doctor, can I do some activities? And he was like, you see, when I told you you should not do anything, you shouldn't stress yourself. Just accept what you're into. And I didn't understand that. Well, he's sorry to say, now I've realized it's not like he's happy I'm feeling the pain. But then he tried to scare me that if I don't take instructions, that it might get bad, and this time it might lead to surgery. I got scared. I was like, surgery of what? So I said, it's your brain we're having issues in. What surgery? And that's going to be a major one. That's going to be 50-50, and it's just God. It just has to involve God. People feel when they are sick and they go to the hospital, they would get better, but it is God that heals. What medical people do is just to take care of the sick, but it's God that heals. So if God does not decide to heal somebody, you can't question him. I just got scared, and fine, I accepted my fate, but in between, depression hit me so hard. I didn't know how to explain to anyone how I felt, but I know when I'm at home alone and everyone has gone to work, gone to school, I just spend the whole day crying. I can't tell why I'm crying. At least I should thank God for everything he has done, that I didn't get to fall at any point, no internal bleeding, and I'm not going for surgery, because I even told the doctor, no, I am not going. I've never had surgery in my life, and I'm not going for surgery. But I know as a medical person, we are the ones to calm people down and tell them, don't worry, to be fine, even when it has to do with surgery. But me, I was just rejecting the whole thing, that no, me, I cannot go for surgery, not even my head. First, I imagined with this scrape, they will scrape my hair off and have a long hair. But to the glory of God, close to the end of June, I told my mom I'm going to church. I want to do Thanksgiving. I wasn't sure I was fine, but I just felt I can't continue like this, because if I continue to stay like this, September will soon be here, school will soon resume, and I don't even know my fate yet concerning school, what I'm going to do and everything. And now this man is already telling me I only have 1 month to prepare myself. I'm just like a baby in the house now. I only sit down, they wake me up, come and eat, come and eat your food, take your medications. I don't do anything. I have to start getting used to those things again. I also told my mom, I'm going for Thanksgiving in July. Call pastor, I'm going for Thanksgiving. And to the glory of God, I came for Thanksgiving in July. And that same day when I go home, I couldn't sleep. The headache came again, because it's been a while I came out to hear noise. It's been a while I came around people. I literally don't talk much. The doctor was like, no talking too much. I only greet my parents in the morning and no much discussion. So the greetings, the congratulations, all of it disturbed me. But I just felt like, okay, I'm just adapting. Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, and it was as if my head is breaking. I felt it was part of the healing, because the doctor said the pains will be there. It will take a while before everything will come back to normal, because it's something that has been a year plus before attention came. And by the time the pain started surprising, I just couldn't believe I could wash plates. Before, once I pick up a plate to start washing, it's just as if something sharp is loosening from my head. The pain comes so much that I would just close my eyes, and if somebody is not around me, I might fall. Well, I could wash plates. I was like, this is good. I started picking clothes, even the ones that were not dirty. I was just enjoying everything, and sometimes I would tell my mom, I just can't believe I'm this. This is me, like I'm alive. And the encouragement from family that period, I got to know I was loved. A lot of people cared about me. The church really showed their love. Friends, even people I didn't know that got to know about my ill health. The fact that I was always smiling during that period when I had a serious headache would not make anybody believe I was ill, because I really didn't want that attention, and at some point I wanted to commit suicide. Honestly, I really wanted to, because it is, I don't know how to explain it. I just felt like, was I born to go through this? Because it's 1 year already and nothing. It's different if I've not been going to the hospital, but I've been going to the hospital. So what exactly is this headache? Well, I'm glad I am among the living today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I'm still getting better, but the headache has stopped. So by God's grace, I'll be resuming school to go back to my academics, and I can't just wait to resume. I know it's going to be a testimony too in the end. Thank you.